Good, y'all. It's Marcus the Truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm back with another video, bro. Whatever power that you give that is not yourself, you're losing it, right? Y'all like, what does that mean, Marcus? What are you talking about, bro? What I mean is, the more love that you try to give somebody, the less love that you're gonna have for yourself, right? In my past, I've struggled with caring too much about somebody else to the point where I care less about myself, right? I worry too much about other people's opinions rather than mine, right? I was too scared of what other people would think of me if I were to do this action or do this action, you know what I'm saying? And that's what is stopping from all of us growing, you know what I'm saying? Worrying about what other people's opinions are about us, you know what I'm saying? Instead of thinking about, you know, their life rather than ours, you know what I'm saying? It gets to a point where you get so attached to somebody to the point where if that person's not happy, you're not happy. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Happiness should be internal. You know what I'm saying? Eccentric. It should be something that comes from within. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be something external. It shouldn't come from outside or the world. You know what I'm saying? The world doesn't have to make you happy. It's yourself. How you think of yourself. You know what I'm saying? How you think of your nose, your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Your skin, your hair. You know what I'm saying? Your mouth, your lips, your body. You know what I'm saying? Those things are things you should be happy about. Be happy that God gave you those attributes, right? Right. What social media does, it creates envy and jealousy. You know what I'm saying? You're steady seeing all these celebrities and these athletes, and they got the quote-unquote nice bodies. You know what I'm saying? And you thinking to yourself, why isn't my body like that? You know what I'm saying? Or I wish my body was like that, right? So now you're giving power to that celebrity, you're giving power to that athlete, and now you're losing power to yourself. You know what I'm saying? My bad if I'm sweating, y'all. It's hot outside. I just came back from the gym, you know what I'm saying? But you're giving power to other people rather than yourself, right? And that's gonna stop you from your growth. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna stop you from elevating, finding your true self. If you want to find your true self, you cannot find it in other people, right? You can't find your true self when you're caring about other people more than yourself, right? In order to find your true self, in order to find your purpose, to find what makes you happy, to find what you like doing, you know what I'm saying? You have to go from within. Ask questions about yourself, bro. Why am I feeling depressed, right? Why am I feeling angry? Why am I feeling sad? Why am I feeling anxiety, right? And then answer those questions. Oh, maybe I'm feeling depressed because maybe I'm not feeling the love from another person, right? And then you ask yourself another question. Why does that make you depressed? Because you cared so much about what another person gave you to the point where you care less about what you're giving yourself, right? And that's how you answer questions about yourself, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go deeper within yourself, right? You gotta find the little demons that are attacking you, right? You gotta find the little insecurities that you have within yourself, right? And try to get rid of them in order for you to grow. And that's something you need to learn to do, especially if you want to be in a relationship with somebody, right? Whether it's a man or a woman, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to love you as much if you love them more than yourself. Instead, that's going to push them away, all right? Because that's going to make them think that you don't have a purpose, that you don't have any goals and aspirations. That makes you think that your goal is them, right? So they're saying to themselves, why would I be with a person that's like that? Why would I be with the person that doesn't have anything for their life? They don't have anything going for them. It's just me, right? How are they able to grow? Instead of worrying about somebody else and trying to imitate them, try to copy them, right? Be yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? We steady worry about things that make other people successful, but what makes you successful, bro? You know what I'm saying? We get to wondering what these celebrities did to get to where they at and try to copy them. But at the end of the day, we're all different people. You know what I'm saying? What may work for them might not work for you, right? Especially when most of them basically sold their soul to get to that point, right? You don't want to be one of those people. You don't want to be one of those people who sell their soul to get what they want. And when I mean selling their soul, I mean doing whatever it takes, even if it's morally bad, to get to where you want. You don't want to be that person, bro. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? In Psalms 27:16, it's better to be a righteous man with no riches than to be somebody who's wealthy and corrupted, right? So think about that, bro. Worry about what type of heart do you have. It's okay to have a heavy heart. When I mean a heavy heart, I mean a big heart. You know what I'm saying? A heart that's willing to give somebody their all, right? But that's when you lose, bro. Right? We spend too much time caring about somebody else rather than spending that time caring about ourselves, right? What if you reversed it? What if all that love you gave to somebody, all that care you gave to somebody, appreciation, affection that you gave to somebody, what if you gave it to yourself? Right? What if you give less of that care, less of that appreciation to them, and more to yourself? Right? And that's how you're able to grow, bro. That's how you're able to grow. When you reverse it, right? All that love you gave them, all that appreciation you gave them, you know what I'm saying? You give it to yourself, because at the end of the day, that person can walk out on you at any given moment. And when that person walks out on you, bro, your world is going to be corrupted because you cared so much about them. You cared more about them than yourself. So if that person leaves your life, it's going to leave you sick. Right? It's going to leave you sick, bro. Right? So keep in mind the people that you're giving your heart to. Right? Because at any given moment, they can just take it away and take that power that you have from what's inside of you and just take it and snatch it. And sometimes you can be so hurt to the point you can never get it back. Right? So don't be that person, bro. You know what I'm saying? Take that power and take it within yourself. All that love, all that appreciation, you know what I'm saying? Put it within yourself. Put it towards your craft. Put it towards your goals. Right? And so that's how you elevate your life.